So, with a blunt character like Hart, we have to craft a weapon, right? Which one is going? It's probably going to be one of those. What we can do with this one is pretty much a school start or hospital start. It's very statue is a very RNG base, so we won't probably give new player an RNG based weapon. It's not very reliable as a weapon. Golf club is blue, and flail is blue too. We'll feel it's great to. Banana leaf is a classic though. I think banana leaf or plasma whip. Something with banana leaf or plasma whip would be good. Very flexible. Plasma tonfa is very popular as well. Goes into steel, so it could be plasma tonfa as well. So Gletner is more difficult. Those are the easiest one. Plasma tonfa 43 should be easy. More so than the other one. So the build will be banana leaf as a weapon, Tiara of Light as a helm, Dragon Dobak, Dropnir, and Killer Heals. An accessory, accessory will be probably the Dice of Destiny. But yeah, probably the Dice of Destiny. Yeah, we don't have it here, but we can find it because pretty much that build is centered about the Town Hall, and for the fan, the playing cards for the Dice of Destiny, and Slippers for the Killer Heals, fan for the weapon, the White Crane fan. So we can stay a little bit on that too, a White Crane fan. After that, we can upgrade to Umbrella later. But pretty much we'll be looking to upgrade to a White Crane fan early. So we have a decent blue. And we already have the hairband as well, building into Tiara of Light. So that's your action here, pretty much. And if we have we start the dress shirt, we're good with the cloths here, just like that here. Accelerate on purple. We got some stamina, and if you don't have accelerate, as always, you can always use your break taking because new player don't sometimes they don't have all the aptitude, so and they want to save their goal for new characters, so they use bread seeking. So yeah, that could be the setup here. It's a little bit intensive on stamina, especially for a new player, but at the same time, oh, what can you do? That's why I have an accelerate usually, but it's a good one. The 10k gold is a good value, but yeah. So let's review the build, right? Equivalent art build that we have here. Either we start on all, delete on all as we already demonstrated in the video so far, or Slime could work too. So research, rezone, and aptitude. Purple cell, accelerate. Purple cell gives you piece of armor. Accelerate is sweet on stamina. Weapon, banana leaf fan. White crate fan if you start on all. Otherwise, in Slum you'll start on the umbrella side, and you'll have to go tunnel at 1 point for the white crate fan, for the fan. Arm drop near. Yeah. If you stay on the wristband or for because of the effect, drop near for the effect, but if you stay on a wristband or golden bracelet for, it's pretty good too. Decent armor. I mean, armor is important, but food is, as we already said, is very, 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 very important. That's how you survive. Armor helps you survive, but gives you more value from the food. Tiara of Light as an elm. You started with it at tunnel and cemetery. You will go for the cemetery for the gold for your bracelet, so for your pickaxe. You probably will find it there as well if you didn't start tunnel hall. Accessory Dice of Destiny. Big question mark here because it's RNG. Playing cards are RNG in tunnel, so probably you won't bother too much with accessory. Just make food, man. You'll see what you can do later in the game. Armor, it's per person armor, so give you a piece of the your armor with purple. So if you have bishop as a start, you'll go dragon, dobok, and tuxedo and turn your bishop cassock in a helm, because the bishop cassock is an ingredient for your helm that you have outright. And after that, you will do either dragon, dobok, or tuxedo, like you always do on if you start with a dress or dress shirt. And that's pretty much it. That's your blunt build, blunt art build there. I mean, for Hart, but it could be used for any blunt really. That's very specific to Hart. An extra note. If you do get the Dice of Destiny, of course you want to upgrade to blade boots instead of the killer heels. But that's a little bit a little tips, extra tips for you guys. Start art character and her stats here. What does it mean? It means that she has D+. D+ is always a good mastery rank to start at because it's higher than D mastery. So you have usually you have a little bit of an edge by starting D+. And if you're using purple cell, even better because you already have a green armor as well, so we can bully more people. Usually a D+ character fits well with purple, but you can do something else. But it kind of fits well with being the fact that the character is higher mastery already, so should be doing more damage. That's why they have a usually lower stat attack in comparison to a D start. But let's say we compare with Sylvia. She's D+. She's not D+, but at the same time she has 19. But she's she does not fit the rule. Usually a D mastery character doesn't have a. Sylvia is a weird one. She's the exception to the rule, right? What if we have Adela is more? Adela is more like it, but at the same time it's another exception because of her skill. But we have a D blonde here. Yeah. So if we take the D blonde here, Magnus, 16 here. So it usually should be higher in stat attack because he start D. So that's the thing with Magnus. Yeah, of course he has 56 attack stat, but he start D mastery. So because you can see it in the damage calculation. All the damage is calculated in this game. The mastery rank is the multiplier. When you have armor, you don't have any multiplier for armor, but for attack you do have your mastery rank. So it does mastery rank multiplier does amount to a lot. And you build mastery against either player or animals. So mostly as a new player, you'll be building your mastery against player, because usually animal are tough to kill. Tough to kill as a new player. So if we're coming back for the stat here, even though you have 12 attack, you have D+, so it helps you. And you also have a 16 at the 16 armor that helps a little bit early game as well. And you also have your skill if it's not enough. If you can't find the person there, you can always use your skill for the duration of the skill to still get your area. So that's also that too. We'll see the skill. We'll look at the skill in just a moment though. And after that, that's early game. After that, late game is your level 18 mark here. Early game is your first column. Late game is your second column. And late game, what do you have? You still, of course, have your D mastery start, D+ mastery start, which helps because you should be a mastery rank higher. Should be. And after that, you have 51, 50. And then again, same thing for we said earlier about the level 1. D mastery start as higher stat, and they have also higher stat over here late game because of the D mastery start. 51, 50. It's not the highest you can go for D+ mastery, so you have to take that in consideration as well. Why does she have a little bit less attack? Because of her skill, Dissonance. Dissonance is skill damage, so it's it counts for a little bit of that lower stat attack here. So, and the skill that she used to make up for the low attack is this Dissonance here. It's a skill that when they introduced D+ to her, they kept the same damage that they had on D mastery, so it does a lot of damage. It's one hit that does a lot of damage. but she obviously have lower attack stat because of that. To balance the first hit, which is a big one. But after that, she good on the first hit. Yeah, she does a lot of damage to scare people away. And after that, she does not do as much damage after Dissonance. And also, she can have the cool trick with Dissonance is that its kill damage equal to 40% of the enemy weapon attack. So if people are rushing weapon, you will do a lot of damage on that weapon particularly, because it's the higher damage they do on their weapon, higher rarity it is, you will do more damage on your Dissonance as well, regardless of your weapon. It's kill damage. And obviously, that's the thing with Dissonance as well. Since she has that skill, she kind of falls. They balance that with the lower stats. Because it can potentially break the enemy weapon if it's all broken, if it's already defected. And we have to look at the weapon defect and extraction for Hart. Because weapon for range or melee, they have different numbers, but they might defect. You have 15 free hits though. They don't tell you over here before defecting, but the first 15 hits you craft a weapon, you can defect on it. But after that, you can find the number that I found that number on the wiki. Yeah, on the wiki. And after that, the number starts here, and you can defect at 1% if you're range, and 2% if you're melee. If you're true, you don't defect, but you deplete ammo, which is even worse. Which is even worse. It's more annoying. Constantly refilling your ammo. It's not as flexible. You might have to stop what you're doing right now, because you're running low on true weapon. So, but yeah, when an enemy weapon defect at least once, so now when that weapon defect once is half broken, so that's where you can completely destroy it if you dissonance that weapon. So that's the thing with dissonance. It can hurt that player's speed a lot if you destroy their weapon right away, because they will have to be in a weapon right now. It's pretty much, yeah, you use it to scare people away. Big damage. And people that know, yeah, they also know that you don't do much damage after your dissonance though. So they might be able to stick there, because otherwise, especially if you don't have a weapon, because it's on an enemy weapon. And I didn't talk about Peacemaker, but Peacemaker is a thing you can use to bully people, and if you really want an area. And I did that as well in that game there, in the previous game that we played. We had Peacemaker, and yeah, we wanted school, and we got it through with Peacemaker there. So that's the thing, you can bully through your way here with Peacemaker. It's a lot of things you can do with Peacemaker. You can also fix your injury. People can use it as well, because all players and wild animal can be found. So other player can sit over here, and it can sit in your Peacemaker as well. They can be searching without being attacked as well. So other player can take advantage of that as well. So you force your way through, but at the same time, the other player can take advantage of it too. And it's 2 seconds. 2 seconds you get hit by 2 seconds you get hit by someone, right? Unless you time it. Let's say you attack someone and you Peacemaker. Usually you get hit, right? So let's say you do your dissonance and you want to hurry up, but I think if you don't do it right away, you get hit since it's 2 second cooldown. It's just average, right? There's nothing special about Hart, I feel, that make her being always pick or not. It's just like she's not a go-to pick in Blunt, so she was nerfed on the attack stat, and after that we don't see her because she does not have the strong. Because when they gave her the D+, she had her stat from D Mastery, as we explained earlier, and now she was something. But ever since then, just an average character, really. Average character. That's what I would say about Hart. I just don't feel it. She's also in my pick rate as a character. She's middle of the pack too. Dissonance can be fun if you get it, And that's could be a thing, but most of the time, as we said, that does not happen. So yeah, art is here, but at the same time, yeah. But if you love art, no problem, right? It's like a character you love, and no problem playing it. And that's all we end the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.